I have been suffering with depression for about 4 years now. Well, I originally was diagnosed with low mood disorder, and I realised that it progressed into depression once I couldn't get out of those feelings, when nothing was better, and it just got darker and more intense and more consuming. I think that's when I realised that it just was getting worse, and my diagnosis then became worse. The only way I could stop that feeling was to go out and find help. It took me a while to reach out for help. It was almost like I was at breaking point and there was nothing else I could do. I had to physically go out and get the help I needed. I received quite a lot of help, if I'm honest. Quite different types. When I first realised I was at that breaking point and I needed to get help, I was working a part-time job, and my store manager was actually very supportive and allowed me to have time off work, which was really helpful. It made me feel okay, that it was all right, that I did need time to take to myself to sort through it. I was put on medication. My GP was really understanding about everything. I've had a few meetings and appointments with him, and he always goes through how I'm feeling and make sure that I'm on the correct medication. I've had loads of support through my uni. I had counselling through my university, and I've got a mentor that's paid for by my university. So I have someone that I see a week that helps me overcome everything and helps me deal with triggers to my depression and anxiety. The way I define depression, obviously there's medical terms for depression, there's psychological terms for depression, but from my own personal experience with depression, the only way and the best way I can describe it is an intense, consuming, just darkness. That's the only way I can experience it. Your feelings, not only do they bring you down, you actually feel like everything around you, everything you're being consumed by is just negative, in a sense. You could be sat on a beautiful day and all you can just see is the negative in things, or you feel negative feelings, you have negative thoughts, you can't actually stop and see anything positive. It's just so consuming and almost claustrophobic in a way. It just submerges every single little detail and aspect of your life, and it is really hard to break through it. And that's the best way I could possibly describe it. So today I'm in a better place. I still have my anxiety and depression. My depression isn't as prominent as it used to be. My anxiety is. It's probably worse now than it has been in the last 4 years, but I think anxiety, you can kind of predict anxiety a bit more, you kind of know your triggers a bit more, there's ways of stopping your immediate anxiety feelings, so it's slightly easier to control, especially for me. I know not every person's the same. I think that mainly has a lot to do with my uni degree and at what stage I am in that degree, or the type of assessments I'm doing. So I think I generally am getting better. I'm managing it a lot more. I've understood my mental health a lot more myself. I've understood it myself. And I think people around me have understood it and understand how it affects me more. So I think it's just like an unspoken about support now. So I do deal with it a lot better than I did 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm getting through every day, I suppose. Just taking it day by day. But yeah, I do feel like I can enjoy my days now, so I feel a lot happier.